Yo, 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 yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 happy hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a Friday, but it's a special Friday. We're 69 days away from the first kickoff of the football season in the National Football League. 69 days from today, and the NFL will start cooking, baby. That's where we sit in front of our TVs, we watch football, we drink Tito's, we enjoy life. I'm ready for it, man. The dog days of summer are here. It's hot as coot or brown, but it's so cool because I'm out at Town Village Audubon Park, and let me just tell you something. It's not home. It's just not like home. It is home, but it's home with a little twist. Like I'm telling you, man, I'm 8 years out. When you're 55 years old, you can move into Town Village Audubon Park, and I'm telling you, I'm doing it. Man, you just don't even understand the lifestyle. Do you know that they have different restaurants and bars and pools, and they have kitchens, and your living area, they have a full floor plan. You got a living area, dining area, kitchen, your bedroom, closet, bathroom. It is amazing. Town Village Audubon Park. The service, the amenities. Come out and check us out. If you want to get a tour, come see my man Bo up here at Town Village Audubon Park. We're right here at Park and Cherry. We got a busy show, man. I got Jay Ham back at the studio, first and foremost. What's up, Jay?
Yeah, man. What's good, man?
Doing pretty good, man. I just know that I'm close to living right, Jay.
Just close?
Man, I'm living pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, my life's not bad, but I think I would do really well up here. In 8 years, I'm still gonna look real good. I go to 901 Aesthetics.
Yeah.
I feel like my game's still going to be strong.
Right.
I feel like I'll be one of the better pickleball players up here.
Right.
I feel like I could teach an aquatics class, maybe a little yoga. Woo-wee. Did you know they also have Gold Crest on tap up here?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, man, this place is awesome. I can't wait. Now, Jay?
Yo.
We got a busy show because, we got my man Myron Jenkins, and we just had the NBA draft.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been thinking to myself, Cedric Coward, I've kind of come to like him. Now, did I know a lot about a guy who played 6 games at Washington State, who was a Division III player?
Nah.
Originally out of high school? No, man, I ain't going to lie to you. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not digging that deep.
You know what I think about that?
Because 53% of first-round draft picks since 2000 in the National Basketball Association have been considered what you would call a bust.
You know what I think about that, though? I think we saw Washington State. We saw we saw something that was less than a former Division I talent, D2 talent, NAIA talent, whatever the case may be. And we were like, we just got one of those last year with Jalen Wells.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we saw that upside with that, even with – I know a lot of people were down on Gigi this season, down on Vince this season. I'm like, they're young dudes. So I give them that mulligan, and then them trying to fit into spaces where Ja and everybody else was back available was different from when they had the season before where they could get those reps. But we get a cat that's hungry and ready to go, and we like what we see from him. We ready to roll.
Ready to roll. Lady, do me a favor. It might be loud on your end. Turn it up just a little bit. Just a little bit, maybe just a little bit. I got him, but I just didn't have him.
How about now?
Yo, what up? Hey, how are you doing, Mr. J. Ham?
I'm good, man. How about now? I think
man,
that
you
is
sound
better.
So good, buddy.
I even hear myself a little better on that one.
Man, dude, you sound like a new man, bro.
Hey.
It's so good to finally hear you, J. Ham. Welcome to the show.
It officially starts
you like
now.
Cedric. So Cedric, by the way, when we were talking about the guy who was taken to the first round, we added a few more pieces, by the way, if you haven't noticed, in the second round. Usually we don't get too excited. Javon Small, he's expected to be a two-way contract. We got Jemai Meshack. He's going to go into the summer league kind of competing for a role, perhaps a two-way and stash kind of guy. We're going to find out going forward. But, again, I do like how they moved up all the way up to number 11 from 16 and grabbed their guy Cedric Coward because, again, there's something about dudes that I've noticed, Jay, and you're a historian, and you know this. When you're like a 6'6" dude with 7-foot-plus wingspan,
yeah,
it seems like you're one of the better defenders in the NBA. I think of Derek White, 6'6", 7-foot wingspan. I think of Kawhi Leonard. I think of Paul George.
Right.
I think of these guys like that. Is this like? And you got Jalen Wells, and if you had somebody, and if Cedric Coward comes out and works out, you're actually one of the biggest issues for the Grizzlies last year was defense. Do you think that we can finally go out there and T.I. can put together a couple guys and a couple dogs where we can get back to a little grit and grind where we can slow other teams down?
Yeah, you need some real dogs out there on the
Or are you just going to go like OKC and just like destroy every single lane, passing lane?
I mean, that's defense too. We'll take that too because that destroying those passing lanes creates those opportunities of, just from deflections, any disruption of the offense is great. Especially in a league where in the half-court offense, you got 16 seconds just to get a shot off, just to get the shot out of your hands. So you bring it into that aspect. Another one that we had on the roster here that was drafted, who was 6'2" and had like almost a 7-foot wingspan, DeAnthony Melton, who was also a very good defender at that, perimeter, at the two-guard spot. Right, so we think of that, and it's just the athleticism that brings with that wingspan, and especially if they can figure it out offensively, that's when we start to get excited, like, that's when the Kawhi comparisons come in. Because Kawhi was like that as well. He was that defensive, guru just coming into it. But he had the offense when he was at San Diego State, but then you get into the league and you get into that San Antonio program, with Tim Duncan still there, with Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, those guys still there, and they slowly get to develop that offense. So it's like I'm just hopeful that you can get any of that from any of these cats that's in the draft. I mean, because when you're talking NBA draft, or any draft for that matter, it's picking up the dice, shaking them, and rolling them, and seeing what you get out of it. You can have
that is for sure.
You have some really good players, but their situation might not work out here or for the team that you like or whatever the case may be. But what I did like that I did see from last night, it was a lot of dudes that got drafted who were in the Sweet 16 rounds or later in the NCAA tournament. So it was like a whole lot of those dudes where it's like the dudes that did all the winning. A lot of dudes that
did all the winning.
That did all of the winning in college. They got picked up in the second round. And shout out to the NBA for opening up that second round and making it an exclusive night for those guys, as opposed to just kind of torpedoing, through just draft night like they used to do. Put some features on these guys. Let these guys celebrate, be celebrated, celebrate as well. And, give some opportunities and put some profile on them so we can learn more from people that don't know. They can learn about them. We have to educate the fans again as opposed to just rushing through it.
And the crazy thing is, though, also about the NBA draft versus the NFL draft. I mean, we see these guys. We watch college football every Saturday like it's a religion. Mm-hmm. College basketball, there's so many teams. You're watching your team almost like a religion.
Right.
It's not something that you're constantly – you can't keep up with every single team in the ACC, the SEC, the Big Ten, the Big 12, and then all the other little small schools. I mean, you can kind of to like the degree we do it.
Right.
But when it comes to draft night, you got half the dudes are from across the pond. You got your young kids who you don't know much about. Then you got guys like, again, Cedric Coward, who was injured last year, and he only played 6 games, so it's not like we got to see a whole lot of him. And then you think about, that first round, again, it's just the NBA draft is so different because it's more on potential than something that's been proven in college.
Right, and just that nature, like you said, that's what I liked about them adding that second night and making that exclusive for the second rounders, because when they first announced it in our group on Facebook, 94 Feet of Life, search us up on Facebook, join the conversation. We talked about that time, and there was some group members that was like, man, ain't nobody going to watch the second night. I was like, nah, the hoop heads are going to watch because we're still engaged. The same way y'all watch night 2 of the NFL draft and that Saturday of the NFL draft, your football heads are going to tune into that. But it's kind of the same with the hoop heads, with the basketball guys. We're going to watch that second night just to really – and for me, I'm not one that's big on, like, draft evaluations and grades. I just like to see these guys live their dream, see their dream come true. That's always been a cool deal with me. I'm an old school cat when it comes to the draft, John. I remember when the draft used to come on at 12 noon. You know, that was cool to me. You know, I still prefer that it would do that because prime time is just, you have to get through all of the day and all the pregame hype. And fire the draft up. Let's roll. That's me, though.
Fire the draft up. Let's roll. Now, do you think Grizzlies fans right now are pretty excited with everything that's going through? I mean, this is the thing about the draft that always confuses me about the NBA versus the NFL. Like Tennessee Titans, they had the first pick because they were straight trash. Will Levis was a turnover machine. They were so pathetic last year, it was not funny. All of a sudden, they get the number 1 pick. They grab somebody like Cam Ward, and Titans fans are freaking out and saying, he's the next Steve McNair. He's going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. They are all fired up. Grizzlies fans, again, how can you know that much unless you are a complete head with Cedric Cower and Jamal Meshack and Small and all that?
First of all, you ain't just have to talk about Landon like that, you know, about his Titans and his fandom because, I mean, he has a reason to be excited. You know, I mean, the guy lived through Kerry Collins.
Jake Locker.
Yeah, Jake Locker. You know, how many ever you want to go down? Yeah, Mariota too, right?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah, for a short stint he had
then
Mariota.
Then Taney came in.
He had a 2,000-yard back in Chris Johnson. Man, it's been through a lot. You were young when 1 yard short. You were a baby probably when they were 1 yard short.
I was born when the 1 yard short happened.
So he's got that to look forward to. But I think it's kind of the same for the Grizz fans. It's like any fresh start to a new season where you got to hit the reset button or not. You got Ja. You still got Jaron. Okay, you moved from Desmond Bain, but of course we know that was about financial reasons. You have a first
KCP, got the picks, grab Cower, you know.
You know, now let's get back to the drawing board. New coach that's going to have his full term on this season and whatnot. He won't be just in for that small sample size. And we have to be a patience, but I think it's 50-50 because some people are just uneasy about it. They don't see that there's moves. The moves that they feel like should be made aren't being made, but because they're not in position to make those moves. The players that they're looking for is not available, or the salary is just not workable, or it's just not meant to be. So you kind of got to roll what you got into the time being and just keep growing, developing, and, you know, doing. Hey, take the great attitude about it. I mean, look at the people that we just saw in the finals. Did you hear any grumblings about the Oklahoma City Thunder within that organization? I'm sure they had. I'm sure they had some dust-ups here and there or whatever, but for the most part, they kept all that stuff in-house.
No, they look like they really all like each other.
Yeah, they get along.
Out of the limelight, man. The only time I ever see them is one of those deadgum AT&T commercials.
Yeah, you know, and kind of
really
dressing
terrible.
And you can kind of really say the same for the Indiana Pacers. They were pretty much
maybe it's not even AT&T. What's the ad that they are in?
It's AT&T.
It might be. Yeah, it is AT&T.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but it brings it back to whether we're talking about Landon's Titans or our Grizzlies here, it's all about how their culture is. Their culture within that organization, if it's rolling right, everybody's in good spirit, everybody wants to get better, and they're going to get better. You know, you just have to have the right attitude about a lot of it.
Well, hopefully everything gets going right for the Grizzlies. They've had that kind of that curse the last 2 seasons. We know what happened 2 seasons ago. We know what happened last year. Mm-hmm. We felt it. We saw a great game here in Memphis, Tennessee in Game 3. And then, of course, Lou Dort, you know, slips. Has a terrible, terrible crash. They come back. Then Dallas, we beat Dallas. Then they get the number 1 overall pick. Sometimes it just feels like you can't win for losing when you're a Grizzlies fan. But I do have a lot of hope going. We're going to talk Myron Jenkins today at 12 o'clock. We also, by the way, are going to talk with Mo Schefter, right?
Oh, yeah. He's currently in Brooklyn, New York. I talked to him about 20 minutes ago.
Do you know how fired up I am? Because we are 69 days away from football. Heck, I think we're 35 days away from the Hall of Fame game.
So that means whenever Mo Schefter, Germ So True, a.k.a. Jeremy Merritt, and my man
Views from the 22.
And my man Vic Jr., whenever they fire up for Views from the 22, Johnny Radio probably needs to be the first guest to join those dudes. I'm just saying, because I might even come out and play that day, John. Every night. I have an open invite to come to Views. They told me just, you got a key. Just show up. So.
Dude, I love it. We're going to get ready. We're going to do a little bit of Mo here in just a minute. I did want to remind y'all, though, I'm out at Town Village Audubon Park. And let me just explain something. Once you get to be about 55 years old or however old it is when you're ready to come on over here and have some fun, like why sit at home by yourself and watch The Price is Right when you can come up here and hang out with a bunch of people, have a social life? Do you know they have a home theater, a game room, an indoor pool, a whirlpool, a bistro, a fruit stand, a 24-hour pantry, your own crib? They got a salon, a library, a computer center.
I see
they
now
have fun.
Why you are making your plans.
Park,
I see why you're making your plans.
Area.
Yeah, you're making your plans for retirement there. I understand.
8 years, baby. Yeah, 8 years and I'm here. They got beers on tap. They got bars. They got smiles. Everybody's having fun, and the food is straight up fire. And they always go out there and do all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. Like, these people have more active lives than most of the young people today who are sitting on their phones right now looking at Instagram or TikTok. Like, it's wild. I think these old people could party harder, I promise you, than our new generation.
You think you can get
the only generation that can let Hooters, something that we built, they just let it go into bankruptcy? Who doesn't like chicken wings, beer, and TV?
Well, we'll have to go into another discussion about the wings another time.
I know. But, man, let me just tell you about this. You get out here, and the other thing I want to tell all the people out there, remember, they got 24-hour emergency call systems. They always got people here. It is resident. It is gated. It is beautiful. It is Town Village, Audubon Park, right here at Park and Cherry. Mr. Ham.
Yes.
I'm ready to get to Mo, so we're going to take a timeout. We're going to come back and reach out to Mo Schefter because I got so much stuff in the NFL I want to talk to him about, especially because, 69 has always been a special number in my heart. You know who wore 69?
Jared Allen.
Stink. Mark Schlereth.
Stink did wear 69.
Yeah, he was one of the only dudes I just kind of remember who was out there just like, doing his thing.
And Landon beat
with
you to the
big
punch.
Old neck.
Landon beat you to the punch with Jared Allen too, but
yes,
Brock
he did.
Lesnar.
But Jared Allen.
Brock
Lesnar.
Lesnar when he was in preseason with the Vikings wore 69.
With the Vikings.
He did. And all he did was fight.
He played one preseason game, then said, I'm going to the UFC.
Well, I'm fired up. It did work out for him. He made good money in his life, and he's still out there doing whatever he's doing.
Even before he did that, the man already had his own plane.
Did he really?
Yeah, even before he left when he was in WWE the first time. That's when he bought his plane. Introverted cat don't really like to travel among the masses. Hates flying, but if you're going to have to fly, might as well get your own.
I love flying.
I do too, but I don't really.
Are you kidding me?
I don't like.
That's like the only
airplanes.
transportation that you go there, and then they have a bar waiting on you, and you sit at the bar until your flight. You got to be joking. I love flying. I'm all up in it. Now, I'm going to take that quick time out, and again, we're out here at Town Village Audubon Park. It is a community. It is awesome, and again, if you love your house, I get it. It's not like home. It is home. We got all kinds of food out here. I can't wait. Come on over here, Park and Cherry, get some lunch, meet my man Bo, say what up to me, and learn about your new life. Don't touch that dial. I got Mo Schefter. It's time to talk a little NFL right here on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey, everybody, it's summer, so come and get your new and affordable 2026 All-Star Chevy Equinox right here in Olive Branch. Financing is down to 6.6% for 72 months. All new 2025 Silverados with $6,500 cash back and financing down to 2.9 for 36 months. It's here, so go big and get a new Silverado 2500 HD with financing as low as 3.9 for 60 months and not one payment for 90 days. And your good credit deserves it. If you're law enforcement, first responder, healthcare, military, education, recent grad, you get an extra $500 bonus. And all the certified and pre-owned cars you want, like this Corvette Stingray and more Tahoes and Silverados, then you'll find in one place, anywhere, right here in Olive Branch. If you have any vehicle you want to sell, bring it here to All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch and get the most money for it today. Vacation road trips and all your summer fun begins right here in Olive Branch with our friends at All-Star Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. AllStarAutoGroup.com.
That's the whole point. It's a secret.
Why does Central Barbecue feel like they have to keep the ingredients of their dry rub a secret?
Because it's just that good. If people could find out the ingredients in Central Barbecue's dry rub, they could reverse engineer it and make their own Central Barbecue dry rub.
Reverse engineer? These aren't state secrets.
They may as well be. This is serious business. Central Barbecue already tells everybody that they slow smoke their meat for a full 24 hours over hickory and pecan and that there's never any sauce in the pit. They're giving away too much information as it is.
They're not giving away secrets. It's advertising. They're boasting about those things.
You are so naive.
Jenkins Floors and More invites you to the retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings on to you. Jenkins Floors at 2356 Goodman Road in Horn Lake. Also stores in Cleveland, Mississippi and Little Rock. They specialize in flooring and carpeting, tile, plantation shutters, and blinds. Jenkins makes your life easy with a 2-week turnaround. Contractors, builders, or family projects call 662-469-9350 for a free estimate. Owners Timmy and Rebecca Jenkins say hello to Sports 56 fans and look forward to your business.
We're ready to crush the competition with your new ride from Gossett Hyundai on the Pike. 2025 Hyundai Ioniq 5 SEL front-wheel drive EV, 318 miles on a single charge. We Gossett at just $241 a month. How about 2025 Hyundai Elantra SEL Sport 39 MPG Highway? We Gossett $297 a month. And 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe XRT all-wheel drive MSRP $42,180. We Gossett now $37,180 or $469 a month. That's $5,000 off MSRP. And you always get America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So get to Gossett Hyundai today, 1870 Covington Pike, or visit us online, HyundaiGossett.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
MSRP 52015, SYO 16445, Elantra SU 997 852, MSRP 25565, Santa Fe RH 126,339, MSRP 42180, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 895, excludes tax filing license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Rolling, Raleigh Tire keeps you rolling.
Hello everybody, I'm Bill Davis. Now if you're looking for tires at a great price, Raleigh Tire has got you covered with national brands like Continental, General, Michelin, and more. And if your truck or needs attention, well, the friendly folks at Raleigh Tire can help you there also. From oil change and stains, they're a full service department. And when you roll in, how about telling them Bill Dan sent you? You're just gonna love doing business with these folks that treat you like family. Raleigh Tire.
Whether you're cruising city streets or tackling ready to rain, Raleigh Tire has you covered. More tires are built for durability, performance, and safety. Plus, with unbeatable prices and exceptional customer service, you'll drive away with confidence. Raleigh Tire, where the road meets the road. Visit Carter, Cordova, Arlington, and Elk
Rolling, Raleigh Tire keeps you rolling.
When you're hungry for good meat, trust the family that has been feeding Memphis since 1967. Tony Hogan and the Triangle Meat Company, formerly Children's Meat Market. Trust Triangle Meat for fresh beef, hamburger, and roast. Trust Triangle Meat for delicious pork ribs, chops, and butts. And trust Triangle Meat for tender chicken, your love. Eating lots of pork, Triangle Meat Company has all the meat you need. Shop Triangle Meat Company, 8 to 5, Monday through Saturday, 4790 Summer Avenue, 901-683-1192. Fresh or frozen, big or small, trust Triangle Meat Company.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 happy hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a Friday, baby. I'm out here at Town Village Audubon Park, man. It's not like home. It is home, but with a little bit more than your crib because, man, at your house, do you have your own fitness center? Maybe. But I bet you don't have a home theater, game rooms, indoor pool, whirlpool, bistro, fruit stand, 24-hour pantry, a Village Nook convenience store, a beauty salon, a library, a community center. They have courtyards, residential gardening areas, recreation, religious services, social wellness activities. Plus, they got a dog park because you know I'm down with the dogs. That's why I love Tito Beverage and Tito's. Not just because it's the best spirit in the world, because Tito's is the best. And it's a Friday. Oh, my goodness. 29 minutes from noon. I love having me a noon or a little Tito's on a Friday. Makes me just always smile. But, you know, you can get Goldcrest, you can get Tito's always, too, out here at Town Village Audubon Park. It is a community, and, again, it's not like home. It is home. It's just kicked up a notch, baby. It's so much fun. I can't wait. 8 years out, and I'm going to be moving in. My man Bo's holding me a spot. If you want to come out here and get your spot, head on out here. We're eating lunch. You can come on in and see Bo, get a little walk around and see where your future is going to be. Now, we got Jay Ham back at the house. He's the historian. I got Mo Schefter. Nobody knows ball, especially that crazy-looking ball, the football, NFL style, like Mo Schefter. He ain't Adam Schefter. He's twice as nice. Yo, Mo, what do you do, bro?
We're Brooklyn at. We're Brooklyn at. Hey, we right now we are in two very different locations, Johnny. Very different.
Yes, but I bet you there are more. I bet there's more goodness going on in here than you would actually. You would actually be surprised, man. I think I might be in the more hip spot, bro. Town Village Audubon Park. You just don't even know. They got the keg tapped at 11 o'clock this morning. What you talking about?
I ain't saying better or worse. Than you might be in a much more popping spot than where I am. I'm just saying, regardless, it is very different.
I think John trying to get a home run derby started over there already in the recreation area.
Man, I'm going to be the pickleball champ in 8 years. I can promise you that. I'm practicing now. I'm coming in hot. I'm going to have my headband on. I'm going to have my short shorts and my high socks on. I'm going for it.
So we're going to have to spin out. We're going to have to spin out for Littleton right there and make something new.
Yeah, that is true. I need a whole place for little people. Now, did you know, Mo, we 69 days out from September 4th? Were we kicking off that season?
It's a great number.
It is amazing. And let me just tell you something. Not only are we 69 days out from the very, very, very first game, Cowboys and Eagles on Thursday night on the Strong Arm Network. That's the Peacock, or you can call them NBC. But we also got Friday night action with the Chiefs and the Chargers, a full slate on Sunday with wall-to-wall ball. Again, we're 69 days out right now. Where you sit, where you stand, what is one of the teams out there that you kind of are looking at? We've talked about the Rams. I know you like them. But who's somebody that's flying under the radar that you're like, man, you better watch out. I think this is going to be a complete different team.
So, obviously, we also talked about the Bills, right? I'm going to give you a team, and I may be sort of, sipping the hometown juice. Or eating the hometown ketchup. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to make a lot more noise than people think.
Well, can I ask you something, Mo?
Yeah, brother.
In all honesty, because everybody has had this basically perception, it felt like since draft night, that Aaron Rodgers isn't going to make much of a difference. That, oh, my God, this team isn't going to be much better, yada, yada. They were 10-7 last year. 10-7 last year. And that was pretty rough. Like, Russell Wilson was not good.
No.
That team, I feel like Aaron Rodgers has got to be a better addition. And then, again, the defense is still absolutely solid, and they're stacked, and they're loaded. So, again, I kind of feel like we could actually see a much better version of Aaron Rodgers than we've had the last few seasons in New York, and even the last year, when he
Mhm.
was in Green Bay.
So it's funny because I was coming on here ready to tell you I'm giving you a bold prediction, Johnny, and it's so funny that you sort of lobbed it up on me. I am going on the record. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win their division. Okay, they will win the AFC North. Like you said, they were 10-7, and Russell Wilson was unwatchable the last 5 weeks of the season. Unwatchable. He had no command of the offense. He had no control of the tempo of the game, and he was in no way in sync with any of his receivers. I think with this group, the wide receiver group, the wide receiver room is completely different. The quarterback room is completely different. The running back room is completely different. And all that is a good thing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. An even better thing is their offensive line is going to be much better. And everything I'm hearing, because I'm not too far from Latrobe where they hold their training camp, everything that I'm hearing is that the Steelers' offensive line is expected to be their best unit this year, and that says a lot when you consider who they have on the front four on the opposite side. With that being said, one thing people are not talking about, they drafted a high tackle last year, but he didn't play at all. So now he's going to be back in the mix, and their right tackle was a huge weakness last year. So I think, man, listen, I think Aaron Rodgers doesn't have to be MVP. He doesn't have to be the coldest man in the galaxy, as my brother Jay Ham dubs him. All he has to be is an upgrade from Russell Wilson, and he is that already from day one. You combine that with that defense, and I'm going to be honest with you, I listened to his interview with Pat McAfee. Again, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I am all in on everything that he said. I am buying everything that he said.
I like. Hey, listen, I want to just say the thing that about the whole Pittsburgh Steelers situation and winning that division, like I'm just kind of wondering. The key here, I feel like, has to do with Arthur Smith. Fred Smith, that's his son. We lost Fred Smith last Saturday, one of the greatest Memphians of all time. He founded FedEx, and there's so many, accolades I can sit there and bestow on him. But Arthur Smith, he was a former Tennessee Titans offensive coordinator with Ryan Tannehill. They were number one team in the playoffs that year, number one seed, kind of fell apart. He was the head coach in Atlanta. Now he's up there at Pittsburgh. He's got Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the guy who last year and for the last 2 seasons in the Jets wanted his guy, wanted to sit in shotgun. That's one thing that Arthur Smith does not like to do a whole lot of, if you haven't noticed throughout his career. He likes the back in the backfield. He likes play action. He likes under center, and he likes kind of move in the pocket. Is Arthur Smith and Aaron Rodgers going to be able to commingle and come together and make this offense efficient?
Again, maybe where I'm at has an influence on my opinion and my perspective, but I think yes, because the reports are, and even just talking to people around the area, is that Rodgers and Arthur Smith have been in constant communication throughout the entire offseason. Before he even signed, it was like almost like they shook hands, and he said, "Listen, I got to take care of some stuff, but I'm gonna be here." And they kept having these conversations. And from what I understood, it wasn't like, "Hey, let's schedule a Zoom call." It was like one of them would just pick up the phone and they just start talking. And they've been sort of putting some things into the Arthur Smith offense for Aaron Rodgers. And I've been reading Bill Belichick's book, The Art of Winning. And the one thing he said was, I have never told any of my coaches I don't want a good player because he doesn't fit my system. This is arguably the greatest coach of all time saying, if a player is good, if he is talented, it is our job to figure out how to make him fit, how to get the best out of him. So I think the Steelers are doing everything right with this Aaron Rodgers thing. And I'm telling you, man, I got high hopes and high expectations for how this thing is going to play out in Pittsburgh this year.
All right. So now, if everything plays out, if Arthur Smith, if Aaron Rodgers can come up with an offense that is efficient. I mean, you got DK Metcalf, you got Pat Fryermuth. A lot of people, Darnell Washington's a 6'7" tight end out of Georgia. He's still young. Probably I think he only got one touchdown in his career, 19 receptions. Arthur likes to use them. Maybe we can, get him going. You got Calvin Austin, who's from Memphis, Tennessee, a former Tiger. He could maybe be like the next little Randall Cobb for him. Robert Woods. Like, does he have do you think that, Austin, the quick twitch, the speed, can he be that guy for Aaron Rodgers on those quick hot routes?
Yeah, I think they're going to get along great. I think, like you said, he's going to provide that Randall Cobb type role, and then they're going to add somebody else, and it might be Gabe
Didn't they
Davis.
grab Scotty Miller, or am I crazy? Because that dude.
No, Scotty Miller's been on the Steelers. He was on the Steelers last year. Yeah, he was on the Steelers last year. Yeah, and he's still there. So they got depth, and they're going to add.
I didn't even know he was there.
Yep, he's still there, my brother. And they're going to add. The more than likely is going to be Gabe Davis, who I call Odell Beckham light for several reasons. I mean, not to say he is Odell Beckham. He's Odell Beckham light. He does a lot of things similar to Odell, just not as good as Odell. I think they're going to add another piece on the receiver side. They're going to be very deep on the receiver side. They're going to be versatile. They're going to be able to throw out multiple different personnels, including the running back group that not only has more depth, is more explosive. Like Najee just had zero explosiveness last year. He kind of looked like a skinnier version of Eddie Lacy. As Eddie Lacy progressed into his career, which is not a good thing. Like, that's not a compliment. You got to figure out how to get some burst back into your hips, brother. And so I think the running back room is going to be better and more explosive. And I think just overall the versatility of this offense is going to be something that the Steelers have not had in probably 7-8 years. I'm not saying they're going to be as good as AB and Ben and Le'Veon Bell, but they're going to be good enough to compete. They're going to be good enough to put up points. They're going to be good enough where you're not just depending so much on your defense grinding out wins week in and week out. This is in the 80s and the 60s and the 70s. Your defense can win games. Defense still wins championships. But you cannot rely on your defense for 17, 18 weeks to grind out wins. And the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, let's just be honest, Johnny, they've been doing that for the last 5 years. 5 years. The Steelers have had one of the worst offenses in the league.
Now
you finally give something to complement that defense.
Now, one of my questions for you is, they open up the season against the Jets, which is kind of fascinating over in New York. What do you expect? What do you kind of expect from that game?
I expect to have Aaron Donald and DK Metcalf in my same game parlay on FanDuel because I'm expecting about 225 yards, couple touchdowns. I think they're going to come out super motivated, and I think that the Jets, with a new coach, a new quarterback, a new roster, I think they're going to get off. I don't think they're going to get off to a hot start. I think they're going to kind of stumble out the gate. They'll probably win some games later on in the season, but I think it bodes well for Pittsburgh to play a team like the Jets early, because that game's going to have a lot of hype. But I think the matchup greatly favors the Steelers, personally.
And I like Aaron Glenn. I think he's going to do things well. But like you said, it's a new culture. It's a new coach. It's a whole new offense. Justin Fields over there for the first time. It's going to be a totally different thing. Now, how do you knock off the champs, man? You got the Baltimore Ravens also in the AFC North. They're the nastiest thing you've seen in a long time. Lamar Jackson, he's the truth, 2-time MVP. Some people say he could have been a 3-time last year, but, Josh Allen won. How do you kick Harbaugh and Jackson and that defense off the top and take over?
Well, see, that's the best part of this, Johnny, for the Steelers, that is they have been the one team that knows how to beat Lamar Jackson. They have been that one team that knows how to beat him. They know how to match up against him, and like Tomlin says, they respect him, but they're not afraid of him. So I think the reason why I'm so high on Pittsburgh is because they can beat the Ravens. Like, I have more confidence that the Steelers can beat the Ravens than the Chargers or the Texans or any other, team contending outside of, obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, they play the Ravens, it's a coin toss. They play the Bengals, it's a coin toss. But when they play the Steelers have his number. They know how to defend him. They know how to play him. They know what his weaknesses are, and they know what he's good at, and they know how to take what he's good at away. So, again, if the Steelers were in the AFC West with Aaron Rodgers in this roster, then I wouldn't have these high expectations because there's no way they're going to beat Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. But because they're in their division, because they play them twice a year, if they meet them in the playoffs with this roster, I think it favors the Steelers. 100% I think it favors the Steelers.
One thing that really scares me this year about the Ravens is their offensive line. I mean, Ronnie Stanley, he's good. Andrew Voorhees, Tyler Lindenbaum, but that right side's very soft, and that they don't have a whole lot of depth with experience. So if you lose a guy or two, that's the one thing that kind of scares me because, again, you got Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry making bank and Mark Andrews, and then that defense and everybody and their grandmother, Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith. So that's the one thing that I keep looking at, and I'm saying, man, is that offensive line going to hold up over the course of the season? Because Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, as badass as they are, you can't run through brick walls. That's just those are just facts.
Facts. Yeah, let's talk about the Ravens a little bit. You are absolutely spot on. That the Ravens defense looks like they can be the best in the league this year. And they are so deep in their secondary. Their biggest flaw defensively over the last 8-9 years has been that secondary. And I think they solidified that. They're going to be scary on offense. They're gonna match up very well against a lot of teams, including the Kansas City Chiefs, including the Buffalo Bills, including the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm sorry. If they play the Ravens might rush for 200 yards on them. But like you said,
that's true.
Dude. The number one thing for the Baltimore Ravens that could derail their season is the health of their offensive line, because they don't go 6-7 deep. It's almost like a Tom Thibodeau thing, like these are my starting five, and I'm gonna ride or die with these starting five. And so hopefully they can withstand the 17-game season, because we were just talking about this with the 94 feet of life guys. Unfortunately, in professional sports, attrition is an attribute. Then that's just the reality.
True that.
That is a reality. Views from the 22. I hear my man Jay Ham. He's back at the crib. Don't worry, I ain't forgot about you. I was just all up in depth with this.
So was I. I'm a student. When Chef get to talking, I'm a student.
Man, I am too. But the other thing is, I do got to do this and switch gears, and I got to ask you a question about the Indianapolis Colts. And it sounds kind of weird. Like, why are you bringing up the Colts, man? Well, the AFC South. I'm bringing them up for one reason, because you got the AFC South over there. I love C.J. Stroud, Houston. I love what D'Amico Ryans has been doing over there. I just like everything that they got going for them. Last year in the playoffs, C.J. showed me something. He had a terrible offensive line, was sacked the most in the NFL. He still goes out there and wins football games, beat Justin Herbert. He is that dude. Jacksonville, I don't know what Trevor Lawrence is. I don't. I just really don't know. Tennessee, we're going to see. I hope Cam Ward is the truth. But in Indianapolis, like Anthony Richardson, AR-15, comes over there out of Florida. I did say, man, he's only started, 13 games at Florida, hadn't had a lot of experience. I want my guys to get a little bit more start, some real playing time. I know he's a unbelievable athlete, but you have to be able to play the position. And then Daniel Jones, we've watched Daniel Jones over and over and over, and you're telling me Brian Daboll is a quarterback whisperer, and he couldn't whisper in your ear to throw a touchdown pass every once in a while? He only threw in his entire career 2 touchdown passes in 2 damn games, and they were both against the Vikings when they had that sorry secondary. So Daniel Jones is just not somebody that I have a whole lot of confidence. But to hear that he is now the number 1 guy in Indy, is AR-15 over?
Bro, so I'll get the number because our brother Big Shot Ron posted it. But Anthony Richardson has thrown less than 800 passes in his college and NFL career so far. Like, that is a very small sample size for a quarterback going into his 3rd NFL season. To only have less than 800 throws, that is a marginally small sample size. That's number 1. Number 2, we just talked about attrition, right? I mean, I have to start to question this guy's durability. We just have to, Johnny. He can't stay healthy. Any little hit, he needs a break. Him tapping on his helmet that he needs subbed out, I did not like. So I think at this point, we have to question his ability to withstand what the NFL is. That's number 1. Number 2, Daniel Jones is like the best thing you can get at Golden Corral. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how else to say it. Because like you said, he was with Brian Daboll. He was in a healthy quarterback environment, and in an environment that believed in him. It's not like they had a short leash on him. They believed in this guy, and he drastically let them down. So I don't think Daniel Jones is the answer. I don't think AR-15 is going to last much longer in this league. So what do? Well, R.I.P. Jim Irsay. He drafted Peyton. His daughter going to draft a nephew. That's just one of those full circle moments for me. I 100% believe somehow, some way, the Indianapolis Colts are going to do everything they can to draft Arch Manning next year or even the year after. And that's why they signed Daniel Jones. They could have went after Russell Wilson. They could have went after Justin Fields.
I love that.
That is the most. That is that's genius, bro.
Hey,
Bring
man,
in a loser. Let me have a high pick. And remember, we had a real good success with this guy named Peyton Manning. Let's bring in Arch.
Yep.
I like it.
Hey, you think Arch gonna tell Irsay's daughter the same thing that Peyton told Irsay prior to the draft? Such as, if you don't draft me, I'm going to be kicking your tail for the next 15, 20 years.
Yeah, because you know why? Because Jacksonville might end up drafting him the way they look. That's what I wholeheartedly believe.
Joke, though.
No.
They say Irsay's daughter. You know how Jim Irsay, I hate to say it, R.I.P. homie. He liked to, eat some, killers and benzos and drink and party. His daughter's all about ball. Did you know that she's out there, with all the practices and getting reports from the coaches and all this stuff?
Oh, so
is that good for an owner to do that, or is that a little bit too much? I'm seriously curious. What you think?
So again, in my opinion, when you're the owner of a business, there's two things that are essential. Damn right, you got to know your business, and you got to trust your leaders. And I see nothing wrong. It's not like she's out there telling them what to call. It's not like she's out there telling them who to cut and who to start. She just wants to learn everything about the team so she can know, hey, if this pass was incomplete, is it because the quarterback sucked, or is it because we didn't communicate properly to our quarterback what he should do if he gets this pre-snap look? If this ball if a wide receiver for the opposing team is wide open, is it because the cornerback missed an assignment, or is it because our coaching staff didn't properly communicate or didn't get in the right defense? So everybody thinks, oh, she's micromanaging. No, not at all. That is not micromanagement. That is her just having the pulse of her football team, the pulse of her business. The same way business owners get reports of efficiency and payroll and you name it, and gross receipts. He is just doing that on a different layer, on a deeper layer, than what we see from like the likes of Robert Kraft. You know what I mean? Who's out there trying to find $60 hand jobs. Excuse my French. So I think I love what she's doing. I love the new energy she's bringing. R.I.P. to Jim Irsay, man. But I love the new energy she's bringing. I love that she wants to have her hands digged in deep to this football team. And I think it's going to lead to the Indianapolis Colts having success. Not saying Super Bowl success, but getting back to the level where they're respectable and competing and getting to the playoffs. Because, like you said, they're in a division where it could go so many ways. And so I like what she's doing. I love everything she's doing. I love the energy, and we'll see what comes of it.
All right, you got to do me a huge favor. Tell everybody what you got going down at Views from the 22.
Yeah, man. So I've been actually on the road ever since we last spoke last week. So I'm going to be off the road this weekend, and I'm going to be compiling the all-quarter century team. I think there's going to be a little bit of a surprise in certain spots, especially the wide receiver spot. You know, your favorite wide receiver might not be on there, and it's going to be for a reason. I'm using a certain criteria that I think some people will like and some people will criticize. Make sure you go on Facebook, Views from the 22, on Facebook, join it, and you will get an exclusive look at the all-quarter century team of the NFL. Sponsored by Hands Homemade Kikos and Tito's Vodka, by the way. Just letting y'all know.
That's what we talking about, Mo Shupta. When life hands you lemons, you don't freak out, you don't fret, you don't stress. You just make a lemon drop. Make sure it's with the best Tito's handmade vodka. Now, go have a great weekend, Mo. I want you to enjoy
brother. You
it.
too.
Remember, as much as you love football, we are 69 days away. It is that close.
Can't wait. I cannot wait. These conversations are going to get a whole lot more fun the closer we get to September.
Follow Mo at BatmanMo7891 and listen to him every Friday. Be blessed, big homie.
Appreciate you, brother. You too.
Yo, Ham.
Yo.
You ready to talk hoops with Myron Jenkins?
Yeah, because I'm over here just kind of breezing through some draft notes, and I'm seeing some interesting stuff even already about Ace Bailey.
Well, you do me a favor. You and MJ take care of some business because I got some business to take care of out here at Town Village Audubon Park at the corner of Park and Cherry. It's not like home, it is home.
For sure.
It's just more fun. Like, one, you have your own home. You got a living area, a dining area. You got your kitchen, your bedroom, your closet, your bathroom. But you get to go out in the world, and all you do is go out your door, and all of a sudden, man, you got all kinds of social activities going. It's resort-style living. It's resort-style dining. You know when you go on vacation how awesome it is?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like when you come here, you're on a permanent vacation. There's always somebody to take care of you. You have your fitness center, your home theater, your game room, your indoor pool, your beauty salon. You want to hop on the computer, they got a computer center. You like to read, they got a library. But the thing that's cool is they got bars, they got bistros, they got fruit stands, they got 24-hour pantries, they got gardens. I'm going to be the pickleball champ in 8 years out here at Town Village Audubon Park. I feel like this is definitely going to be one of my belts that I'm going to have on my notches. Town Village Audubon Park. It's not like home, it is home, and in 8 years I will be living here. And I'm just letting all you guys out here know you better start getting ready because I'm coming. And I'm going to be the champ over here at Pickleball. I got Ham. I got Myron Jenkins. They're joining me next on a Friday. Don't touch that dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Everything today is technologically based. simple and affordable. 697-9695. Make your home safe, comfortable, and up to date with Tech for You. Stop struggling with tech. Call 697-9695. Veteran-owned and operated Tech for You. Technology simplified.
Guns, guns, and more guns. Over 700 firearms in stock. Home defense guns, hand guns, new guns, used guns, big guns, little guns. Every gun you can think of, Classic Arms has them. All brands like Glock, Sig, Colt, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Browning, Beretta, Benelli, Remington, Winchester, and more. Guaranteed lowest prices in town. Only gun importer in the Mid-South. Free gun inspections, appraisals, and free border sighting for the upcoming deer season. Shop online at ClassicArmsInMemphis.com or visit Classic Arms at 1740 Turntop Parkway behind Parky's Barbecue in Cordova.
It's summer in the Mid-South and deals have never been hotter at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. You'll find 0% for 36 months available on new 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander. Get 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage. Car and Driver rated #1 best non-hybrid electric fuel economy with 39 combined MPG. Buy Mirage, only $17,675. 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV plug-in hybrid, $299 a month with combined range of 420 miles. Beats Mazda CX-90's warranty and mileage. And 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport, $28,480 or $349 a month. Plus peace of mind with 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So get to Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike and 24/7 at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
MSRP 18175, PHEV SC 0017030, MSRP 42615, Sport SU 006141, MSRP 28980, includes all rebates and incentives with 5691 down, excludes tax on a license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid to end of the month with approved credit dealer stock only.
So you need to sell your house? I have the solution. Call 914-61101. That's 914-61101. Call my buddy Bill and I buy houses in any area. As is. It's literally as simple as that. Just pick up your phone. Call 914-61101. It's 914-61101. Call my buddy Bill and I buy houses. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your house fast, call Bill at 914-61101. Bill and I buy houses.
There is an army of people that work overnight, pulling the kind of hours most of us would never even attempt. And for those of you that live that life, we encourage you to end your shift by swinging by Sunrise on Jefferson or Sunrise East on Poplar. Not only will you find the freshest, tastiest, quickest breakfast made just for you, you'll also find a full bar at both Sunrise locations, so you can unwind like the rest of us with a cocktail to go with that breakfast. Overnighters, come to Sunrise and knock back a Bloody Mary and say, long night, lovely morning at Sunrise.
We're ready to crush the competition with your new ride from Gossett Hyundai on the Pike. 2025 Hyundai Ioniq 5 SEL front-wheel drive EV, 318 miles on a single charge. We Gossett at just $241 a month. How about 2025 Hyundai Elantra SEL Sport, 39 MPG Highway? We Gossett $297 a month. And 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe XRT all-wheel drive MSRP, $42,180. We Gossett now $37,180 or $469 a month. That's $5,000 off MSRP. And you always get America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So get to Gossett Hyundai today, 1870 Covington Pike, or visit us online, HyundaiGossett.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
MSRP 52015, SY016445, Elantra SU 997852, MSRP 25565, Santa Fe RH126,339, MSRP 42180, includes all rebates and incentives. PF 895 excludes tax island license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Jenkins Floors and More invites you to the retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings on to you. Jenkins Floors at 2356 Goodman Road in Horn Lake. Also stores in Cleveland, Mississippi and Little Rock. They specialize in flooring and carpeting, tile, plantation shutters, and blinds. Jenkins makes your life easy with a 2-week turnaround. Contractors, builders, or family projects call 662-469-9350 for a free estimate. Owners Timmy and Rebecca Jenkins say hello to Sports 56 fans and look forward to your business.
Looking for sports in all the wrong places? Try the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland's Town Square. Fun, exciting, friendly, and comfortable. Wall-to-wall TVs, 24 tanks for all your beers, including $3 domestic and $5 craft drinks on Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 happy hour. Music bingo Tuesdays, daily special. Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill, Lakeland's Town Square. Highway 70. Check Facebook for daily special and weekend music at the Owner's Box.
56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10.
I was one of those things, when things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 at 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. It's a beautiful day, man, especially out here at Town Village Audubon Park. I am 8 years away from being 55. Because once I hit 55, man, this is where I'm moving. Are you joking? I'm right here at Park and Cherry in the middle of everything. They got people that pick you up and take you to the Tigers games, take you where you want to go, but if you don't want to, you don't have to leave. I don't know if you know this, but I've been running hot for 47 years. I've been on these streets out in Memphis doing all kinds of good, doing all kinds of bad as well. But I'm ready for, like, this living because, man, check it out. You got a fitness center, a home theater, a game room, an indoor pool, a whirlpool. Their bistro is fire. Their restaurants are fire. Their bar, yes, you heard that right. They got Tito's up in this bad boy. Is here as well. A 24-hour pantry, a Village Nook convenience store. They have a beauty salon. You know my girls got to look good, right? They got the beauty salon. I also know that when I get here in 8 years, I'm going to be the best pickleball player and probably one of the best looking dudes because I still go to 901 Aesthetics. So, ladies, 8 years, get ready. I'm coming in hot. And I love Town Village Audubon Park. And if you thought to yourself, well, dadgummit, I'm 56 years old, or I'm 60, or I'm 70, and I can move into Town Village and you need to sell your house fast, I'm going to solve all your problems. 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. He'll buy your house. He'll buy any house as is, as simple as that. The cool thing is he's guaranteed to close in 5 days. You can be here in 2 weeks at Town Village Audubon Park. Sell your house fast and get on over here and start living. It's not like home. It is home. It's just that much better. Now, we're going to talk a little basketball with my man, MJ Myron Jenkins. You know Ball U Academy. It ain't no joke. He does hoops. We just had the NBA draft. We closed it out last night. I got Jay Ham, the historian, back at the house as well with Landon Schmidt chilling like a villain. Gentlemen, y'all ready to talk hoops?
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, there's Myron. There's Jay Ham. I'm just going to start it off. Jay Ham, you take care of business because I got some ladies out here who need some attending to, okay?
Cool.
Hit him.
MJ, what's going on, my man?
Hey, man, what's going on, man? How you feeling, man?
Hey, man, I'm chilling, man. I'm trying to beat this heat, man. We've been on the heat advisory all week. Then, of course, you know, we got the draft that we just wrapping up and everything. So I've been just trying to keep my ear to the ground and face to the ground and everything else basketball related like we normally do.
All day, man. Shout out to Johnny Radio for getting on them women, man.
Hey,
man.
I mean, that's just kind of what his MO is anyway, especially when you mentioned, you know, they got like Tito's in the building. They got all these other activities. Hey,
they tap the beer at 11 a.m. Like,
I mean,
when you got a like Goldcrest on tap, bro, are you kidding me? This is my kind of living. And there's a putting green over here. I can like go putt. I can go jump in the pool. Dude, you know I'd be here. I'd have my shirt off in 2 seconds and be in that pool. What's up, ladies?
This dude
with a bloody berry.
Yeah, I swear he'd be.
Know it.
He really would like rival Ric Flair in like his senior activities because every time you see Ric Flair is at a bar with a lot of women around with drinks. I don't think he's drinking Tito's, but he's doing some other stuff too, and he's just enjoying it. And Flair is 75 years old.
Nice.
So it's cool like that. Anyhow, man, what about what's up with Ace Bailey, man? I'm seeing Ace Bailey ain't even talked to the people in Utah. He has like minimal contact since his name was called.
Okay, so this is what I'm worried about with Ace Bailey. I'm worried that Danny Ainge pulled the I'm going to show you that you're not bigger than the NBA card by drafting him anyway.
Right.
And Danny Ainge is the type of person who will remember certain things and move accordingly on them.
Yeah.
So
he's petty.
The only thing is, from a basketball standpoint, it was a great pick. It was the highest value pick he could get at the fifth. As far as Ace goes,
You just got to be a professional, bro. Like the NBA is not guaranteed.
It's kind of funny too because that he did land with Utah, considering that Utah did kind of maneuver as much as they could to tank to get to the top spot, but they ended up landing at 4, and they got a very good player at 4. Make no mistake about it, and picked up one at 18, which is like, okay, you pick up national champion Walter Clayton Jr. Great pick there. And I'm just looking around the Western Conference in general. I didn't catch all of the draft. Like I was telling John, I really don't do the draft evaluations. It's more of like of a celebration of hoopers for me.
Yeah.
Watching these dudes live their dream and all that. I don't have no draft grades for nobody. I do like what we did down this way in the Bluff. Picked up a couple good pieces and whatnot. But like I said earlier, anytime you're talking any draft, any sport, you're picking up the dice, you're shaking them, you're rolling them, you're seeing what you come out with.
Yeah, the one thing that we used to always do with Blind GM, we used to do a draft pick of Blind GM, gave them all information and took the name away and doctored the information so they couldn't look it up themselves. We put normal people who think they know everything, normal fans, and we said, you know what, I want you to see who you will pick. And 80% of the time they picked the wrong person. The only person that always picked pretty much a solid person was you.
And you know why that is? Because I understand how your brain works. I've been around.
Oh, see, so you even manipulate the system.
Yeah, it's like, okay, anytime we play Blind GM, just in that sense, it's never been a star that you inserted into, who, as far as like who's to be revealed. It's never been like, I won't say it's never been a star. It's never been that brand name star that people associate me like, oh yeah, okay, it'll be a guy like Evan Fournier. Good player. But
yeah.
But also the beautiful part about when you will play Blind GM with us is that you won't just put numbers up. You give us a basketball scenario in terms of drafting, team building, acquiring players, whatever the case may be, whether it's trades, free agency, or whatever. You're making us think, and you're putting us in that position of the people who's making the decisions. And you get back, and once you're done with that, you're like, this ain't easy. It actually made me have a little sympathy, and it kind of took some of that fandom back for me, where it's like, okay, you can be critical, but sometimes even we don't have the answer because we don't.
It comes down to 3 words. No matter how much information you have, you really don't know.
You really don't know.
You really don't know. You don't.
And that's the fun part about that whole process. And that's the kind of really the exciting part of it too, is because the talent is there. I look at Charlotte. Historically, I'm a Duke basketball guy. I'm looking at Charlotte, and I'm like, okay, they drafted 2 winners, 2 basketball players who can do pretty much all of it. Who's going to bring a winning culture over into their franchise, which they need that. It might not work for them in Charlotte, but in other parts of the basketball world, whether it's NBA or overseas, they'll shine. You know what I'm saying? They'll eventually turn into good pros, especially if they can stay healthy. But that's the NBA. Who do you think had the best look, though, draft night-wise?
Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay, MJ, I got a question for you, realistically.
Yes,
because I was trying to think about this, and, I've been struggling with this. Is Cooper Flagg, is he that can't miss prospect? I mean, does all of a sudden he take Dallas to the next level? And yes, I know you got Davis who can play at the 4, and Gafford's like super, super tall, and then you can throw in him, I guess, at the 3, and Cooper Flagg, and when Kyrie gets back and healthy, and if Clay can find the fountain of youth or something, maybe like that sounds like a really good squad. But is it is all of a sudden now, my man? Is Nico safe? Is Cooper Flagg going to make everybody forget about Luka?
No, you never make anybody forget about Luka. This is what Cooper Flagg is. There are 3 types of talents you draft. There's the generational can't miss talent. There is
a la LeBron James.
Yeah, it's like if you pick anybody other than him, you're an idiot. Then there's this guy is going to be a superstar, but he's only going to be a superstar if you give him the stuff he needs. That's Cooper Flagg.
That's Cooper.
And the fact that he got drafted to a team that has everything he needs going into his rookie season, you're going to see him look really good right away. he's going to look like he's a year 6 or year 7 in his first year because he has every piece he needs to do that. Now, do I believe that, he's going to be a 30-point scorer who you could just put anywhere on any roster and it's just like, oh, they're a championship contender now? I don't believe that, no. But for what he does, he's going to be a superstar for what he does. Imagine Andre Karolinko in the league right now.
Yeah.
With what he did.
Yeah. The athleticism, the length and height-wise, the skill overall, yeah.
It would be perfect, right? That's pretty much how I look at Cooper Flag. Yeah, he could score, but that's not what he does.
And I think
he's going to defend. He's going to be energetic. He's going to make shots when he's open. He's going to make the right play on offense. He's going to find people. He's going to abuse his mismatch. He's just a flat-out basketball player.
You think that he actually came out on the better end that Utah didn't get the number 1 pick?
Yes.
Absolutely. That's what
Dude, y'all ever seen Sister Wives? Like, I don't understand Ace Bailey. I don't understand. Like, have you ever been to Lake Tahoe? It's like 330 days of beautiful weather and sunshine. You can pick up a blonde, and she is cool with you picking up 3 more.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I'm down with Utah.
Yeah, but that ain't Salt Lake City. I've been to Salt Lake City. It ain't that.
Oh, no.
It ain't not that, John. Trust me. But they got some good basketball players on there, and Danny Ainge knows how to put it together.
No, he's. You know what? Everybody is now. The secret is out now as far as how teams are going to build because it's a copycat league.
Yeah.
The 2 teams that were in the finals built in the draft was collecting a lot of assets and just throwing as many draft picks as they can as far as picks go until they find something that sticks. That's what everybody's going to do now. Everybody's going to hoard draft picks. They're going to pick up more wings than a fat dude at a baby shower, and they're just going to hope it figures out.
You know something else I peeped when I was watching last night, too? I'm seeing a lot of people add that third playmaker, whether it's a point guard or it's just a perimeter guy that can put it on the deck and create for others, because we just watched 2 teams in the finals that had that same formula.
Oklahoma. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Oklahoma City and Indiana had like 5 to 6 wings they can interchange and just rotate in and out.
And I always made that point, especially when coming to Indiana, it's like they run with 3 point guards all the time. The 2 of them are going to be on the floor because it's like Andrew Nembhard was a point guard when he was at Gonzaga. He was running the show. His younger brother, he's at Gonzaga now, he came over from Creighton. He's also a point guard. Then, of course, Hallie's what I refer to as a point guard, 6'6", that can distribute the work. And, 15 games of 20 points, 10 assists with no turnovers. That's point guard status. Ain't nobody that came close to that in the league. And he's got 8 of those in a season. So, and then you got the all-everything, all-basketball T.J. McConnell, who comes from – he's just cut from that cloth. Coach's son, his sister's in the league. He's got an older brother who was an all-time scorer at their high school where they played for their dad, and I think they're from Pennsylvania. Just, you got we're seeing a league right now that, and I made mention of this about the second round as well as our guy Big Shot Ron did too. We're seeing the talent that was playing second weekend and beyond in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of those get drafted to good teams, and some even get drafted to teams that right there on the fringe of being good, and they can help them get around their corner because they're bringing some maturity in. They can come in and contribute right away.
Absolutely, and that's where we're at now in this league. In this league, it's 3 positions. I think the league is about to get, broken. You know how the MLB is broken, the baseball is broken. Everybody figured out the code, and now it's just, everybody's following the same blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA is putting in a down screen in their playbook away from breaking the code. Like this, people going to be averaging 140.
But the one thing about this is when you talk about the code, there's something I thought about. You talk about the pace of play. The Indiana Pacers this year, they had 3 Achilles issues.
Yeah.
You saw Jason Tatum. They played at a high pace, shot a lot of threes. His Achilles, Damian Lillard. I'm just saying, these soft tissue injuries that can lead to these terrible injuries, like when you got a calf strain and you're running up and down the court instead of going, back in the day, again, you were playing more defense, but they did slow it down. But, I mean, we were talking about games in the 90s and 100. We in the regular season, I mean, we're scoring 130 points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, I'm glad you brought that up because wing players now, perimeter players now are like relief pitchers in baseball, like wide receivers in football. You just stack a lot of them. The only thing that's missed is two things that's missing. Obviously, I already talked about the pin down. But what else is missing in the NBA is just play your players.
Yeah.
Doing that for 35 minutes over the course of an 82-game season will lead to a ACL tear or an Achilles injury, especially if you're moving the wrong way. If we learned anything, you got to master your movements and you got to learn how to move effectively. There is no reason, if for those who play basketball, y'all understand it. There's no reason why you put your lead foot backwards in any situation. If you're left-handed, your left foot should be in front, be a triple threat. Shot fake, you take the step forward. When you take that step backwards, you take away not only you take away your advantage because the guy can kind of slide in underneath you, but you also extend your leg to where you can't get any load up to your hamstring or your glute where it belongs. Now it's all Achilles, it's all calf muscle. And every time Tyrese took off, notice which foot kept going backwards. His right foot.
The lead foot. Yep.
And I never even thought about that, Myron.
And
I've been studying this because I want to teach my kids how to stay injury free because the best ability is availability.
Absolutely.
So, and the kids that I train, they're not going to have the margin for error like a Tyrese Halliburton or Jason Tatum or Dame Lillard.
Or even a DeJounte Murray, because DeJounte Murray tore his as well. So
exactly.
We got that.
The kids I train, you got to stay on the floor. So we got to do everything correctly to where we're not even putting ourselves in a situation where our body can even go through that.
And it's been a lot of chatter about the shoes, and I'm like, the shoes that they're wearing, the low cut, low tops, and it's a contributor, but it's really more of the strain of doing that. Not just like you said, for 35 plus for over 82 game stretch, but then the amount of times they've had to do that, the amount of summers they had to do that just to get to the league. Just over time, it just wears, especially as they grow as players, they get taller, they get stronger, their confidence in movements becomes something, but like you said, sometimes it's not the proper movement.
Exactly, because, when you're seeing results, this is a results-driven sport.
Yeah.
So, a lot of coaches and trainers, they see it working, they don't touch it.
They don't touch it.
And it's like, nah, I'm going to fix it because I'm like, I know what this is going to lead to, especially you doing this full speed and hard. No, not going to happen. That your body, and, I actually learned that from watching Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose played full speed for the first 4 years of his career, and he didn't have to.
It was just that's what worked for him. That was his strength. That worked for him. His speed, his quickness, his takeoff, everything. That's just what worked for him until that was ultimately taken away from him.
Yeah, and you saw him in Memphis. He couldn't go full speed in Memphis because there was so much help side.
Yeah, it was
he
too
still
much.
Was fine.
Yeah. Right. Well, it was so much that was here. I mean, you got another All-American, first-team All-American that you're playing with. You're playing with some other good guards. Your post guys are active and athletic. You're solid. You didn't have to really overcompensate in that. But it's just one of those things, man, where I've always been one where I'm not one who bashes load management for stuff like this.
Correct.
Because now it's like we see that calf strain. It's more than just, he got to sit for a game or two. No, he going to have to sit.
Mm-hmm.
Because we watched Tyrese go with it for weeks. And then he came back and they still rolled. And then they got right there at the very beginning of Game 7. And we all saw it when it happened in real time. As soon as his body laid out, I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, and Giannis almost suffered it last year. He sat out smartly.
Yeah,
his team was like, nope.
I'm glad you reminded me of that. I didn't even remember that part.
Yeah, it was a calf strain. And,
right.
On paper, people are like, it's the playoffs. Why isn't he playing through a calf strain? Because if your calf is strained, the next thing that's coming right behind it is your Achilles.
And we saw, even with Tyrese, when it happened with Tyrese, we saw it happen with KD, and KD got to sit for a whole extra round. That happened in the second round with KD. He missed the whole conference finals and the first 4 games of the finals before he tried to come back. You know, so it's like the load management on that is like real. And not just with that, because you mentioned another one, we were talking about it in our inbox. Guys have a sore knee. The next step is going to be the torn meniscus.
Or the ACL.
Or the ACL, right. It's like, it's for a reason, y'all. It's like, people have to understand that the slate is not wiped clean on all the attrition and all of the wear once they get to the league. No, it's still there.
Here's the saying that I've changed up that everybody likes to say. My saying is, pain is weakness entering the body.
Yeah.
Not leaving.
That is
entering.
true.
Entering.
If you wasn't hurt at first and then you do something and now you're hurt, pain entered your body. It didn't leave.
Yeah.
Weakness entered your body. So, yeah.
I like that. Now, one thing before I have to let you go and pay a few bills and then go out here and collect a few more numbers because I'm out here at Town Village Audubon Park. I can't wait. This is my place in 8 years. You better check it out. It's not like home. It is home. 6'6", 7-foot wingspan. Why are these guys always so damn good at defending in the NBA? Because we got one in Cedric Coward with the 11th pick on Wednesday night. The Grizzlies, that is.
They're so good because they get to play the cushion, the one-arm distance cushion, and take away everything you want to do. You can't shoot it because their arms is too long. They'll deflect it and counter and touch it. If you try to attack them in their body, they have enough cushion to be able to stay in front. Like, that's why, playing defense is hard for a normal human being. But when you have the wingspan and the arm distance and with long legs, you can just take 4 steps to get where you need to go. That's hard to score on. So now you got to alter your shot, lean back, get a screen to roll in, all of those things. But really, that's the reason. Anybody who guard defense, they want to get a half-arm distance or an arm distance to take away shot and take away drive. Those guys naturally do it without even having to bend down.
That's ridiculous. They do everything, man. Myron Jenkins, do me a huge favor. Tell everybody where they can find you, what you working on. I know Ball U Academy's always balling.
Absolutely. You definitely can check me at Ball U Academy Tuesdays and Thursdays at the Full Spectrum Fitness. You also can catch me at Ball U Academy in Chicago Heights, Bethel Family Resource Center Wednesdays. All of those times are 5 to 7. And I will be teaching guys the same things that I'm telling you guys on the radio, so I hope if you make it, you'll know how to stay.
Man, Myron, thank you for your time. Enjoy this week. We'll do it again next Friday. And remember, when you get here, I'm owing you I already owe you 16 Tito's, man, so I got you a whole half gallon.
My house, Jesus. All right, man. Pray for my liver.
That's my man, Myron Jenkins. We're going to take a quick time out. I'm going to come back and talk about the place that I'm moving in 8 years. I'm going to be the pickleball champ. It is Town Village Audubon Park. We're back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail right here on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey, it's Mark and Ronnie at Gossett Hyundai South on Mount Moriah with his brand spanking new dealership. What's up, dude?
Randy, not only do I have a great new dealership, we've got service available that's less wait time than anyone in town. 16 service bays and immediate abundance available. Plus, a 2025 Hyundai Tucson SE, $288.75 per month and 3.99% available for 72 months. 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe SEL, $349.89 per month and 3.99 up to 60 months available. And a 2024 Hyundai Santa Cruz XRV all-wheel drive, $37,180. That's $5,000 off MSRP.
Plus America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So get to Gossett Hyundai South, 2660 Mount Moriah, or shop online anytime. HyundaiMountMoriah.com.
Pools, and more pools. Yes, it is pool time at Family Leisure. Family Leisure is already booking pool installs, so you need to buy now and get on that list. 24/5
4-foot pools start at $19.99 installed. Liners are starting at $2.99. You're going to need some pool accessories, so they're all up to 20% off. Not quite ready for a pool? That's fine. Get a 5 or 6 person hot tub starting at under $7,000. You can also go for a swim spa or perhaps a cold plunge tub. Those are now $2,000 off. Get patio furniture up to 50% off on select sets. Buy your pool now. Get on that install list. Mention this commercial, and your install is free. That's underlined in the in bold print, so you know it's big. It's pool time at Family Leisure. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Jenkins Floors and More invites you to the retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings on to you. Jenkins Floors at 2356 Goodman Road in Horn Lake. Also stores in Cleveland, Mississippi and Little Rock. They specialize in flooring and carpeting, tile, plantation shutters, and blinds. Jenkins makes your life easy with a 2-week turnaround. Contractors, builders, or family projects call 662-469-9350 for a free estimate. Owners Timmy and Rebecca Jenkins say hello to Sports 56 fans and look forward to your business.
I've got on the line Marty Magnano in Costco Volkswagen Germantown, and he's ready to put you in a new Volkswagen today.
That's right, Randy. Guess what I've got available now? 2025 Jettas and 2025 Toyotas, 4.9% for 60 months. I've also got 25 Atlas and Atlas Cross Sports, 3.9% for 60 months.
What else you got over there, Marty McNeil?
On top of that, get 1,500 loyalty rebate on all 2025 GTIs, Jettas, Teos, Tiguans, Atlas, and Atlas Cross Sports.
And you were telling me earlier you've got $5,000 off 2024 Atlas Cross Sport SEL lines, but only 2 left, so you got hurt.
So come see me today, Marty McNeil at Gossett Volkswagen Germantown, 7420 Winchester Road, or shop online at GossettVWG.com. And remember, your future is what you make of it.
Each and every Sunday morning at 11 to join Ottawa Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawa's ACUSA Church downtown Memphis.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Friday, everybody. And I'm extra happy. I think I just found my new home. I got 8 years. I'm 8 years away. Town Village Audubon Park. It's right there at the corner of Park and Cherry, and they got it all, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, I like my house. I've been living pretty good. Can't complain. Got a pickleball court in my backyard, basketball goal. But you know what they do too? They also have something I don't have. They have a beer on tap right now, Goldcrest. They have Tito's. They have their own bar. They have their own bistro. They got their own beauty. Their beauty shop, their salon. They have a dog park because you know I love my dogs. They have it all over here. Community pool, fitness center. They got it all. Town Village, Audubon Park. It's not like home. It is home. It's just a little bit better. And I got my friend over here, my man Max Blake. Max, you and your wife are from Maryland. Is that right?
Well, partially. We
Partially?
initially were from Arkansas. Lived in Arkansas for 30 some odd years. My brother, his wife, and my wife had a sporting goods store, primarily detailing with Little League sports in Benton, Arkansas. When we retired in 2016, we moved to Maryland because my daughter lived up there. And we lived up there, and then we moved here to Memphis from Maryland, but really we're from Arkansas.
I like it. My sweet fiance, she is from Arkansas, over in Searcy or whatever.
Searcy is just north of Little Rock. We were just south of Little Rock. Know exactly where it is.
Yeah. I will tell you, the first time I went there, I did not realize it was a dry county. I went to like 4 gas stations before they were like, "Yo, man, we don't sell any Tito's up in this joint." So
when we moved to Benton, it was dry too. We had to go. We had to go to Pulaski County, but they eventually became wet.
I do know that it's wet over here at Town Village. Before we get into talking, because I got to ask you about Arkansas baseball and its curse since you're from Arkansas, how that all worked out. But I got to know, tell me a little bit about what it's like being over here. How is it? Do you and your wife absolutely love it?
We really do. I tell you what, it took us a couple of years. We started looking for independent living communities in probably 2021, which was about 5 or 6 years after we'd moved from Arkansas to Rockville. It wasn't until August of last year that we eventually moved in here. We looked at places in Rockville because our daughter lived there. We looked at places in Memphis because we have 2 sons that live here. Memphis won out. We came back here. Town Village was probably our first choice and our best choice. Hate to tell you, Bo, when I moved in, Bo said, "Well, I didn't ever think you were going to move in," because we must have visited this place with family 5 or 6 times before we finally came. But every time we came, we knew this was our first choice.
Well, I know one thing. I was over in the bistro, and you showed this to me because I know you do like Arkansas. And, again, I love everything Memphis and now Ole Miss as my daughters go there. So me and Arkansas and Ole Miss kind of go back and forth a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. But, like, over in the corner of the bistro, which is one of the nicest things here, you go over there, you get served, everybody's so great. But I saw in the corner there's a picture of Penny Hardaway that was autographed. Can you tell me a little more about that?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Shortly after I moved here, was exploring and saw that picture of Penny Hardaway. Autographed picture of Penny Hardaway to Jim Kern. Really interested me because Penny was always one of my favorites. We wanted Penny to come to Arkansas, but Penny didn't come to Arkansas. Nolan didn't get him. He came to Memphis.
Thank goodness.
And so I've always had a really a place in my heart for Penny. And when I saw the picture, I did some investigation. Well, Jim Kern was living here at the time,
and he took care of Penny.
And he did. When I talked to somebody, Billy, who lives here also, was a friend of Jim's, and she told me that the story about Jim. I got to know Jim pretty well. Jim was a great guy, a Marine, a coach, a friend. He would do anything for you. Unfortunately, Jim's not here anymore at Town Village. He's in a nursing home on Germantown
Okay,
Parkway.
amen on that one.
But we gotta keep Jim in our thoughts and prayers. But Jim's a special person.
That's awesome, and did a lot. And of course, now Penny's over here in Memphis trying to do his business. I'm ready for us to get in there and make that Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four run. I cannot wait. Max.
We can't either now that we're in Memphis. We got to root for Memphis now that we're here.
Yeah.
I'm a Grizzly fan, and Memphis. I keep going back to it's my age showing, but I want to say Memphis State, but I got to remember it's the University of Memphis.
Don't
now.
worry, my mom and dad still call it Memphis State because that's what it was when they graduated.
Okay.
It was the University of Memphis when I graduated, but again, I'm close. I'm only 8 years away from moving in, Max.
All right.
Is there any competition for me? Do you think I'm going to come in, be the pickleball champ? You think I'm going to be doing pretty good with the ladies? What do you think?
Oh, yeah, and there's plenty of ladies here to do
I
it.
noticed. I see we got our cheerleader Barbara over
Barbara's
here.
right over there. I got to know Barbara the first day she moved in here. She moved in. I was sitting on the porch, and we had a nice conversation. And that's what's so special about this place. Everybody that you meet has got a story, and their stories are so good. But everybody here, both staff and residents, are so friendly and so giving. It's just a great place to live.
You think I'm joking when I say this? Like, I can't wait to move in here. Like when you're out of here in Memphis these days, these young people today, they don't even look up, like they don't take their head out of their phone long enough for you to look at them, make eye contact, and even speak. You come in here and everybody smiles and waves, and it's just nice. Like, I definitely could live like this. Plus, y'all have everything. And if you want to leave, You just have somebody pick you up and take you, don't you?
That's right. And we got vans here to take you to places, too. There's 2 vans that go. We got doctor's visits on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but other days they've got errand runs and everything else. There's so many things that they have to do. And one of the greatest things that they've got, and it's not talked about too much, is Hope Primary Care, which is a primary care provider that's available on site right here. And when people coming in from out of town like we did that don't have primary care providers, that's available to them immediately here.
Yeah, because you got to get your meds. I know that.
Oh, it's great.
I mean, like immediately, that's one of the things that like a lot of people have trouble with. It is so hard to get an appointment with a doctor these days.
Tell me about it.
I know all about that from last week. I had a sinus infection for like 2 months. And I'm like, I'm not going to make it. And they were like, well, we're going to get you in as soon as we can. But when you come here, you got that right off the jump.
It's available. It's available.
I love that. Now, one other quick question, Max. Is Dave Van Horn ever going to get him a title? Or is he the Rick Barnes of basketball? Is he the basically Mark Richt of Georgia in college football? I mean, the best coach to just not be able to get it done because it's broke my heart twice.
Hope springs eternal, Johnny.
That's right.
And eventually I think he will get it, and he's staying at Arkansas. There was a little concern at the end of last year whether he might stay or move on, and I say move on, retire. He's not going anywhere else. He's going to be at Arkansas until he hangs it up. But Dave Van Horn, the ball's just bounced against him a couple of times.
Man, I steal that ball in the right field, and the first baseman's under it, and then the second baseman comes running and calls him off and flies past the ball. I'll still never forget that. But until that was this year, my heart's still broken for the little left fielder.
Yeah.
And also the shortstop who didn't go and turn the double play. Like, there's going to be so much what ifs. And if we would have just done this, but that
he was the Golden Spikes winner.
Yes, he was.
And
Arkansas was the number 2 defensive efficient team in the country.
But that's why they say the ball bounces, and it does. Sometimes it bounces wrong. But we have to enjoy the fact of the journey, and not. Granted, you want that final crown, but the journey is what you really enjoy.
That's right. The journey is what you enjoy, and you will enjoy Town Village Audubon Park. So get out here. It's a Grace Management community. It's not like home. It is home. It's just better. Max, thank you so much for your time. You be blessed, and we'll do it again when I'm out here.
Hey, thank you for letting me be on your air with you.
Enjoyed
it very much.
That's my buddy now, Max, and I got a cheerleader, Barbara, over here, and I'm telling you right now, I ain't playing. I'm moving. You hear how things are going on out here. It is nice. It is fun. And it's right here at Park and Cherry, so come check it out. We're back in 2 shakes. We got T-Money. We got Brasky to close thing out with some bets. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey everybody, it's summer, so come and get your new and affordable 2026 All-Star Chevy Equinox right here in Olive Branch. Financing is down to 6.6% for 72 months. All new 2025 Silverados with $6,500 cash back and financing down to 2.9 for 36 months. It's here, so go big and get a new Silverado 2500 HD with financing as low as 3.9 for 60 months and not one payment for 90 days. And your good credit deserves it. If you're law enforcement, first responder, healthcare, military, education, recent grad, you get an extra $500 bonus. And all the certified and pre-owned cars you want, like this Corvette Stingray and more Tahoes and Silverados, then you'll find in one place, anywhere, right here in Olive Branch. If you have any vehicle you want to sell, bring it here to All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch and get the most money for it today. Vacation road trips and all your summer fun begins right here in Olive Branch with our friends at All-Star Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. AllStarAutoGroup.com.
Getting engaged is one of life's most spectacular occasions. And when you find your ring at Sissy's Log Cabin, the promise of a lifetime begins with our promise to always provide unmatched quality, superior service, and brilliant natural diamonds. Find your dream engagement ring, wedding bands, and more when you shop Sissy'sLogCabin.com or stop by any of our 7 locations. Begin the rest of your life brilliantly, only at Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home in Town Village. Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Hey, it's Mark and Ronnie at Gossett Hyundai South on Mount Moriah with his brand spanking new dealership. What's up, dude?
Randy, not only do I have a great new dealership, we've got service available. There's less wait time than anyone in town. 16 service bays and immediate abundance available. Plus, a 2025 Hyundai Tucson SE, $288.75 per month and 3.99% available for 72 months. 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe SEL, $349.89 per month and 3.99 up to 60 months available. And a 2024 Hyundai Santa Cruz XRV all-wheel drive, $37,180. That's $5,000 off MSRP.
Plus, America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So get to Gossett Hyundai South, 2660 Mount Moriah, or shop online anytime, HyundaiMountMoriah.com.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. I'm out here at Town Village Audubon Park, and I'm going to tell you something. T-Money, Uncle Brasky. See, T-Money's younger, bro. I feel bad for T-Money. He's more than a decade away from being eligible to move in this bad boy. I'm putting my name on the waiting list when I leave today. Town Village Audubon Park. It is put it this way, it's my kind of place. They tap the beer, Goldcrest, at 11 a.m. They got a couple bars. They got a couple restaurants. They got a couple bistros. It's like being on vacation every single day of your life. There's fraternization. There is all kinds. Man, I'm just telling you. The women are fine. Town Village, Audubon Park. It's where I'm moving in. And did y'all know T-Money, Uncle Brassica? I definitely guarantee you I'm going to be the pickleball champion of Town Village in 8 years. What's up, boys?
Pickleball
Looks
champion
like
out there. I mean, you know what I mean?
Man, I'm the pickleball champion in East Memphis right now. You wait till I get over here at Town Village. It's going to be OV. Brasky, I do have to admit, though, your hair right now, you would have the best hair here at Town Village. I know how much that hair means to you. Brasky gone already?
What'd we do with Brasky?
Who knows? Don't even worry about it. Now, T-Money, what has life been treating you like during the dog days of summer? That was T-Money we lost. Hey, Ham, you back at the house?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
No,
you know
Brasky's here.
I can't bring them both on with the little phone thing.
Oh, you don't know how to lock it in.
Brasky's here.
Landon. Hey, Brasky, how are you doing, buddy?
What's up? Hey, how old do you got to be to get in this place?
55. How old are you now, Brasky?
I turned 55 on July the 8th.
Get out of here.
No kidding. July the 8th.
Get out of here and get in here. This is the place, bro.
I'm
not joking
Has they
with
got
you.
like a hot tub and stuff like that?
Dude, they don't just have a hot tub. They have a indoor pool, a whirlpool, an outdoor pool, a bistro, a fruit stand, a 24-hour pantry. They got a beauty salon so you can take care of your hair. They got a library, a computer center. They got a home theater, a game room, an indoor pool. I already told you that. They got a garden, a dog park. They got it all. And by the way, again, like really, I think this is probably the best-looking senior bunch I've ever seen and the friendliest, and they hang out and they party, and you think I'm joking? I'm moving in. In fact,
Well,
I need to make a
let me ask
TV
you this, Johnny.
series out of this.
How much does this bad boy cost a month? Because I may could get kicked out on my birthday.
Well, I'm going to tell you, all you have to do is call 901-537-0002 and talk to my man Bo, and he can tell you everything. He can talk to you about all-day dining life, the enriched activities, man, I'm just telling you, you just don't know. Now,
I love
Brasky.
the shuttle service. That way we could go run around
dude.
Memphis all day.
I bet you do, since you don't have a driver's license. That's the one thing, too, though. You know, you're 55, you don't have your driver's license like Bill Brasky. You can come over here and never have to drive again. And the streets
Absolutely.
of Memphis will be a lot better. And did you know that they'll drop you off at the half shell, your favorite watering hole?
Oh man, I can't believe it. I like I said, I turned 55 on July the 8th, so
I'll see you on July 9th. I'll
July
see
9th, I can
you
get in,
on.
baby.
All right, so Landon, have you learned how to lock them in, or you can't figure out how to do that?
Each time I try to put one on the air, it hangs up the other person.
Well, that's what I'm going to say. So double-click Brasky to where it's not blinking. I was about to say bleeping. Then you click on T-Money. It's that simple. Now, Brasky, give me your bets.
Let me tell you who I got, Johnny. I'm going with women's basketball tonight. We are taking, for the nickel play, we're taking the Phoenix Mercury minus a point. I can't remember who
Mercury
they're playing.
they don't have Sophie Cunningham anymore. She plays for the Fever.
I know, and I don't think they got the man Brittany Griner anymore either.
No, they don't. They don't.
But they're still decent.
They're still decent. So are we going with the Mercury? Are we laying points? Are we getting points? What?
We're actually catching a couple.
What are we catching?
Ed, I like the dime bag play. We are going with the Fever tonight, minus 1.5.
Is Caitlin Clark going to play?
No.
Yeah, supposed to. It doesn't say she's not, does it?
Well, I'm just telling you, she didn't play
she's
the
out.
last game.
Yeah, she's out.
Yeah, she's out.
Yeah.
We're still taking them.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something. I will tell you that the Fever have become my favorite team, and it is not because of Caitlin Clark. It's because I think the biggest dog in the world is Sophie Cunningham. She is awesome. She's an enforcer, and I absolutely love her. Brasky, thank you for giving me your plays. I'm going to go ahead and let you go so they can bring in T-Money. Do me a favor. Don't get arrested. And remember, I'm going to call right when I get off, I'm going to give Bo your number, and I'm going to get you on the waiting list at Town Village Audubon Park. Be blessed, Brasky.
All right, love you, brother.
That's my homie. He loves all you too, ladies. Now, T-Money, you're back at the crib. How's life treating you?
I'm back, Johnny. You got me back on. Y'all got some problems at the remote there.
Oh, it's not us. It's just Landon. He's green. It's all right. He's the green machine. And
My
he's
bad.
The
I take full responsibility.
The V Foundation. Hey, don't worry about it, Landon.
Can't just
It's
air
all
out
right.
Landon, man. Come on, man.
He's doing a great job. He's doing a great job.
I'm trying my darndest.
And that's all we can ask you to do is try. Now, T-Money, how long before you get to move out here to Town Village?
Well, Johnny, I'm only 44. Where does that put me? 11 years out?
You're like a genius, bro. That math was on
Well, I
point.
didn't go to city school.
You did, and you went to the University of Memphis.
That's right. We can add and subtract.
Anybody that lets me teach is probably, you know what I'm saying. Never mind. I got a question though.
My degree is legit, Johnny. I promise you. Even if you were a professor there or not,
it still counts. It still counts.
Absolutely
Now, counting that money, man. You and Junior Fortune Hunter have been doing pretty decent. What y'all gonna gamble on this weekend?
Well, we've been talking about it a little bit, and I got to go with some baseball. Uncle Brasky kind of covered the women's basketball league. But just remember, Johnny, and all of our friends over there at Town Village, I don't know your bankroll any more than you know mine. And with that being said, John, we're going to play a little baseball. I think we're going to take the Yankees tonight, -1.5. Go ahead and get on the run line. I think they're playing a sad club, the A's. They're terrible.
Yep.
So get on
Brent
the
Rooker's
Yankees
awesome.
-1.5. Yeah. Well, Rooker's awesome, a local kid, absolutely, out of ECS. You got to love him a little bit. And he helps some of my my little league kids. He gives them little hitting lessons when he's in town. So shout out to Rooker and the Germantown Ace. Give them a big shout out. My next play, Johnny, we're going to go with we're just going to play against the sad team. We're going to take the Dodgers again tonight. I think they're playing Houston. It's -1.5. Or not Houston. They're playing Kansas City, I believe. Somebody sorry. I just went against the sorry thing, Johnny.
So we're going to bet against the Royals in Kansas City, and we're going to take the Dodgers, even though they don't have any pitching left because everybody's been basically decimated by injury.
The Kansas City Royals can't put 2 or 3 runs together. I mean, you got to score to win, Johnny. This is one of the worst offensive teams in the Major League Baseball.
Do you know that the Dodgers have hit 72 more home runs than Kansas City, who's only hit 56 combined as a team? That's how crazy Kansas City. Talk about a power outage.
I know they were terrible. Yeah. I knew they were terrible, and Benny Pasqualino there at first base ain't getting it done for the Royals. They got Bobby Witt. That's about it.
That's about it, man. That is the truth. They paid him a fortune and nobody else. Now, I like both of those plays, man.
I do too. Let's go with the front runners, Johnny. We're just going to be front runners tonight.
Front running. It's a front runner Friday.
I love it.
It is a front runner Friday. Hey, do me a favor, Money Man. Enjoy this weekend. Stop by if you want to get beat up in pickleball. You know I'm always there. And who's the champ?
All right, you're the champ, Johnny. But remember, we got the hot dog contest next week. I don't think we're on the radio before Joey Chestnut goes off, so we don't even know what the hot dog number is going to be. So we may have to.
But whatever you do, bet on Chestnut, right?
You just take Chestnut. Well, that's easy. He's over or under the hot dog is what I'm going to be betting on.
I'd say over 69. You know that we're 69 days away from football?
He hadn't eaten 70 dogs in 4 years. It's 60. He was out last year, and it was 63, 67, something like that. After he set the world record, he went backwards from 76. But he said he's going to eat 80 this year.
Well, do me a favor. Everybody enjoy it. Take the Yankees -1.5. Take the Dodgers -1.5. And take Joey Chestnut under in the hot dog eating contest for the 4th. Be blessed, T-Money.
All right, Johnny. We'll holler at you, buddy. Y'all be good there in Town Village.
We will be. You know that, man. Jay Ham, tell everybody where they can find you.
YouTube.com/at94 feet of life. I'm about to have some fun this summer, man. A whole lot of projects, a whole lot of stuff we just going to release on the YouTube page just for fun. Kind of like I might put my own quarter century team up on there. A couple other things, you know. We just,
quarter century.
Yeah, I revealed the list last week. We'll do it, another couple weeks. I also got some other fun lists that you'll probably get down and enjoy with. We can have some good arguments about.
Well, I'm telling you, Jay, how old are you?
I'm 44, and I'm looking forward to going over to Town Village when I turn 55.
Well, we'll see. Brasky will be out here on July 9th. I'm moving out here in 8 years. Jay Ham and T-Money in 11. Town Village, Audubon Park. It is not like home. It is home. It's just better. Everybody be blessed. Enjoy your weekend. Get out there. Make this world a better place. We're all going to see y'all on the flip side. Peace.